Hello everybody and welcome back to another video! So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a video all about coming out and how to come out because I get so many comments from you all saying that you're still in the closet and you don't know how to come out or you're scared to come out, so don't worry, I have the answers for y'all. I'll help you alleviate your anxieties and all of that good stuff. If you are new to my channel, then hello, be sure to go down there and click the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I also like to make LGBT videos like this, so if you are an LGBT person or an LGBT ally, feel free to click that subscribe button so you can stick around with this. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Whoosh. Every LGBT person has gone through this experience, so do not fret and do not worry. We are going to be walking through this whole step and process on how to come out, and hopefully we can come to a place in society one day where we don't even have to come out. Like, we can just be who we are and there's no even questions about it. Like, let's be real here. But these are some things to consider, and the very first thing to consider is your environment. When I'm talking about environment, I'm talking about analyzing your house, your school, your community, your state, your country, because I think it's important that safety is number one first, whether you're an LGBT person or not. That's just the way of living. You just want to live safe. Let's be real here. So you want to make sure that you're in a place where, you know, it's okay to come out and that you have people to support you and all that stuff, because let's be real here, the last thing you want is to get, you know, physically hurt, because that ain't cute. So keep that in mind. So the next thing to consider before coming out is making sure that you have a good support system, whether it's your friends at school or maybe a sibling at home. My little sister was such a big supporter in my coming out experience, and I also had a best friend in high school that helped me so much too, so make sure you have someone to fall back on. And I also think it's important that if you have a best friend, make sure that their parents know and that their family is accepting of you, just in case anything goes wrong, that you can, you know, go to their house and go to. So the next step in coming out is being confident in yourself and embracing your sexuality and embracing that part of your identity, because let's be real here, we have all been through a time and phase where we thought that being gay was a phase, or we're like questioning it, like, am I gay? Am I not? Like, If somehow you don't get accepted at your school or within your family, with your friends, at least you have yourself to come to, because let's be real here, at the end of the day, you're the only person that's gonna be there for you. So love yourself, know who you is, know your ground, know your value and your worth, and you'll be good to go. So now onto the actual coming out part. So let's talk about school first, because I think that's a big place to come out at. So just putting this out there, you do not ever have to come out to anyone, because at the end of the day, it's nobody's business but your own. So yeah, don't ever feel pressured that you have to come out, just letting y'all know. So when you're at school, I think the most important thing is to come out to your closest and bestest friends first, because that way you have a support system and that way you have someone to fall back onto just in case things get rough, because I know high school is such a tough and terrible place. Like, been there, done that, never want to go back. But if you are ready to come out, there's many ways that you could do it. One way that I personally did it is that whenever somebody would ask me if I was gay, I would just be like, yeah, so I would just confirm it. You don't ever really have to do a big explanation. I mean, if you want to do like a Facebook status and make it all cutesy and type like a big journey story or something like that, you could totally do that too, but just be aware that lots of people are gonna see that if it's on the internet. Me personally, I was stereotypically like gay, so that people already kind of knew, so I didn't even have to really come out, honestly. But yeah, definitely keep those options in mind. At the end of the day, remember, you don't have to come out. It's all up to you. And now onto the big category, your family. Put your seatbelts on, get some popcorn, get some pizza. It's gonna be a ride. So I know coming out to your family is a hard thing to do. It was for me personally, and oh my goodness, like, I would not want to relive it. Personally, I didn't have a good experience. If you want to know about my coming out story, I will have the link in the description down below. But yes, some people may have great experiences, some people may not. I mean, it's 2017. Hopefully y'all have a great experience with it, depending on how you were brought up and where you're from. Again, remember that. So when you're ready to come out to your family, it's not like you schedule it. It just kind of happens. For me, I never really thought about coming out. It just kind of happened. So don't be like, oh, on December 10th at 7 p.m. I'm gonna come out at the movies or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it just happens naturally. So keep that in mind as well. So ways that you can tell when it's the natural time to come out is that it's in a calm setting. Maybe you're at home and you're all on the couch watching TV, or maybe, you know, your parents are reading the mail or something that doesn't get them too overwhelmed and stressed. So like if your parents came home from work and they seem really tired, like that's not the time to do it, boo-boo. If you're maybe on a road trip and you're on a long journey, maybe that's not a good time. I don't know. Use your best judgment and speak for yourself. Now when you were actually saying the words, oh my goodness, it was so hard for me personally because like it wouldn't come out and I had to literally like push myself and shove it out of my mouth to say the right words. But just be upfront and direct and honest with them. My mom, she asked me, she was like, oh, is there something wrong? Because she could tell that I really wanted to say something. And I was just straight up with her and I said, I like boys. Me personally, I said I like boys rather than I'm gay because I felt that saying I'm gay was too much for them to handle, even though it's practically the same thing. It's just those words coming from like an Asian American household. It's like, oh my gosh, gay! It's not, you know, traditional. So I chose that route, even though it's practically the same thing. So, you know, maybe practice to the mirror, practice to your friend, practice to your teddy bear. Do you, boo-boo. And also within this, you need to brace for impact. And by that, I mean, just in case you have a negative reaction, in a way, like, expect it. That way you know how to handle it and all that good stuff. And also remember the previous step in loving yourself. Even if you get a negative reaction and maybe your parents are throwing religious slurs at you or just bad names and all that stuff and shaming you for the family name and your family's honor, remember you have yourself, because we already went through that step and you love yourself and you're good to go. You're strong and confident. So yes, boo-boo. If you come out and they are accepting, then good for you, you're good to go. Live life happily ever after. But if your parents have a negative reaction and the next few weeks are kind of awkward, don't do anything too cray-cray. Like, don't get a boyfriend or girlfriend right away. Don't come out and be like, oh, I have a boyfriend, by the way, or a girlfriend, or go and sleep with people, or wear makeup all of a sudden if you're a guy, and it's like a lot to handle because they're still in a state of shock and you need to understand that. So I think it's also important to understand their side, and it's also important for them to understand your side, even though sometimes they won't understand your side. If you happen to be in a sticky situation or in the worst scenario where you get kicked out or disowned for whatever reason, which by the way is bad parenting, and I do not wish that upon anyone, because as hard as it is already to be an LGBT person, being kicked out is like the last thing on our list, you know what I'm saying? But if you are in that situation, this is where your support system comes into play, and this is where your friends and your best friend's parents come into play, because when I came out to my mom, I had in the back of my mind my best friend and her mom, because her mom always told me that I could stay at her house in her place whenever I needed to for whatever reason, which was so sweet of her, and I, you know, thank her and cherish her to this day. So shout out to her if she's watching this, like, she's the best. But yes, hopefully this inspired you to come out. Hopefully it relieves your anxieties in coming out, and hopefully it didn't scare you about the process of coming out. Definitely the most important thing to consider as well is take your time with it. Like, no rush. Just because everyone else is coming out does not mean you have to come out. Just because, you know, so-and-so came out at age 16 doesn't mean you have to come out at age 16, you know. It depends on your scenario and what your environment is like. For instance, you know, some people come out in college. Some people come out when they're 12. You do you, boo-boo. Use your best judgment and take your time. No rush. Just live life to the fullest. Be happy. Love yourself. But yes, if you liked this video, give this video a big old thumb up. Also, I have more LGBT videos such as how to be gay, which is kind of like step 2 after this video, which I think I should make a video called how to know if you're gay. That's a good video too, because in a way it could be like step 1, step 2, and step 3. I don't know, but I will have a playlist and all that stuff in the description down below, so you could watch all my LGBT videos and all that good stuff. So yes, I love you all so much, and remember everybody, to be flawless is to be yourself. Bye!